Hi everybody, on behalf of AdoramaTV, my name is Doug Gordon, and today I'm here to talk to you about constant light. Best thing you could ever imagine. What is constant light? Constant light allows things, just as the title is, to be constant. That means that you're able to see your shadows, you're able to get consistent light, and most of all, you're able to work that much faster and that much more efficiently. So the lights that I'm using today are going to be the Flashpoint cool lights. And basically what they are is they're 4 bulb light setups. The idea behind them is that I have 4 bulbs in them, 4 switches that have different intensity. These lights are basically the equivalent of daylight. They're about 5,300 degrees Kelvin, and the idea behind it is I'm going to use them most times in daylight settings. I'm going to use them outdoors as fill. I'm going to use them in a studio like this, which is wide open, and the idea here with the constant light is so that I can move the subject accordingly with very little change. Because it's a daylight balance, it's a nice soft wraparound light, which of course is going to make things that much easier to work with because it's wrapping around and you notice I have nice clean basic no shadows. Now, here's the thing to realize. My white balance for them, I'm going to dial directly into what the Flashpoint product says. That's going to be 5,300 degrees Kelvin or daylight equivalent. Either one of those presets are going to work for you on your white balance. Now, why do I choose it? Because as you can tell, as I turn, move, I have no problems. I don't have to wait for the lights to recycle. Now, what separates the Flashpoint light for me is its cost. As you could tell, my lights are a little beat up. They have been through wars at this point. We bring them everywhere. I use them at churches. I use them during receptions. I use them for formal ceremonies. We use them to photograph children at schools. We use them to photograph inside a temple, at a bar bat mitzvah. We use them, you name it, everywhere. Proms, whatever it may be, this is our lighting setup. Saying I'm doing a school right now. I pose the child, look here, smile, nice setup. Turn the other way. Smile, nice setup. Then, next child walks in. Same thing, look here, 1, 2, 3, smile, happy, got it. Turn the other way. Happy, got it, move on. It makes it quick and easier. What makes it even better is I can control it by turning the light off, moving it in or out, or turning the bulbs up by putting on the extra bulbs on the lights. It makes it, I'm creating shape, I'm creating dimension, and I'm doing it fast. So we're gonna bring in the subject real quick so I could show you exactly what I'm talking about. Kenny, you're gonna come right over here for me. Now let's take a look at Kenny. One of the things that I'm looking at right now, which you're not seeing in the video, but I'll show you in a minute when I shoot. These lights are powered up. I basically have all 8 bulbs coming directly at him. Now, if you look, it's a nice clean light. You look under his chin, everything's clean. Perfect. It's even, it's consistent. My exposure here, I'm working in almost every type of portrait that I do with spot metering. So that means I'm picking a single spot, in this case, the center of the frame. I'm focusing in on his eyes so I get my accurate reading. Now, you could shoot manual, you could shoot program, aperture priority, but what I'm looking for is clean light. So I'm just going to ask him to tilt his head to his right in a basic pose, turn your head to the left, and I want you to lean forward at the waist to thin yourself out. Now, what I want you to notice is what's going to happen to the background when I shoot this. I'm shooting with a Nikon D4, and when I'm shooting with it, I'm basically set myself again for manual setting here. Tilt your head to the right a little bit, just like that. I want to keep it out of the center of the frame. Good, excellent. Looking right here, serious. I'm at 1/25th at 5.6, and because I'm brighter, what I want you to notice is that the background is going darker. So what does that mean? I have a lot of light on him right now. So by having all this light on him, what's happening is I'm exposing for the brightness of the light. Therefore, if I'm exposing at 5.6, but I have f4 of light right here, what's going to happen? It's generally going to go darker. And the darker the background, the more it'll start to blend in with his hair or his shirt. So I want to use less light here. Now take a look. So right now, the decision I have to make is how much light do I want? I can make one a main, I can make one a fill. And all I have to do to set that is start to turn them down. So now take a look right here. Tilt your head to the right to me. If you look, clearly this is the main light, right? Because this side of his face is much brighter. You're probably a full stop brighter because I've taken 2 bulbs down off of there. So I have 4 bulbs lit in here, I have 2 here. So if I expose for this side of Kenny's face, which I'll do for a second, which would be the 1/25th at 5.6, you're gonna see the other side of the face go into shadow. So what that is called is basically this side of his face, which is closer to the camera, right here, is called broad lighting. So by bringing the broad lit side of the face closer to the camera, obviously what happens is it appears larger. So we don't want to do that. So what I want to do is set up consistent tone here. So I'm going to bring this in just like this, okay? I'm going to light into his face. By bringing this light closer and going into his face, now I have, tilt your head to me, a 2/3 lighting pattern. And what this is doing is filling this side of his face. But what I'm going to do is change my camera angle. Turn your head to me just a little bit. Tilt, turn your head back and lean forward, serious, just like that. Excellent. What this is called is the short side of the face. But what I want you to notice is how quick and easy it is with this light here. Notice the background's still a little dark, so I'm going to show you how we change this. I'm now going to take off this entire constant light. Tilt your head here, turn to the light. So I'm going to keep this light very soft. Again, the idea is to light into the face. So if you look right here, turning a little bit to the light, tilt your head to the right here. We're going in here just like that. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn off. We have one of our Flashpoint lights as a stage light for the video. I'm going to turn that off. And that's really going to bring down everything. So what I want you to see is his face into the light. We're lighting here, this side. We're lighting the center. We're going to turn here. So we're lighting into his face through it. It's one bulb here, very little light. But what you need to notice is what's going to happen to the background. Turn your head slightly, a little bit more to your left. A little more, just like that. And I'm going to bring that light a little bit closer to me because you see that shadow on his nose? If you could come in close, look at to the right of his nose. You see the shadow right in here? That's because of the intensity. So I'm going to flatten it out at almost a 45 degree, and you're looking at me. Now watch. The key here is to notice what happens to the background. Eyes up here, just like that. Excellent. Background started to go brighter, and that's the key. It's opening up the background. The exposure here changed a little bit because I went to an f4 at that point, which made it a lot faster, a lot easier, and again, consistent soft light. The only thing you need to look for is that catch light in the eyes. So here you go. These two lights right here are basically as inexpensive as can be. They're stage lights, they're constant lights for photos, consistent, easy white balance, and even better, they're not a name brand. You don't need to spend a lot of money on lighting. What you need to do is have workhorses. These Flashpoint cool lights are the bomb. I absolutely love them. They work magic for me. I use them in tons of environments, balanced through daylights, indoors, outdoors, whatever it may be. I love them. So on behalf of AdoramaTV, please come in and take a look at the store because you could see my entire equipment page and everything that I'm using. This stuff works great. Love it. I'll see you soon next time on AdoramaTV.
For all the latest photography, video, and computer gear, visit Adorama.com. Place your order by 8 p.m. and it ships the same day. Plus, next time you're in New York City, be sure to visit our store located on 18th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue.